Okay, here's the Nintendo Power Top 20. Now you got to remember when they first started doing this, it was originally just like Nintendo games, and then they expanded to Super Nintendo and Game Boy, and then later on they did Nintendo 64, and oddly enough, Virtual Boy. But here, let's take a look at some of these things. So we'll start off with the NES, and I'll see how many of these games I played and whatnot. Okay, so we have The Legend of Zelda. One of the best classic games, one of the funnest games. Last year, I actually did a retro replay of Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo Switch. When I was younger, I actually had the brass cartridge of both the Legend of Zelda and oh god, I had the gold of the brass Legend of Zelda and the standard gray, if I remember correctly, of the Legend of Zelda 2. But sadly, like I mentioned before, with the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo also died. Dr. Mario, I played it. My mom loved Dr. Mario more than I did, but it was still a fun little game. Mega Man 6, never played it. Metroid, I played a little bit on the Nintendo Switch, didn't really get that far. Super Mario Brothers 3. I did something that probably destroyed the lifespan of my Nintendo, and here's what I did, ladies and gentlemen. I would play this game in the morning before I would go to school. When it was time to go to school, I turned the TV off. I left the Nintendo on. And I would go to school, and then when I came back, I turned on the TV and resumed playing the game. I'm pretty sure it just fucked up my system doing that, but you know. NES Open Tournament Golf. Never played it. Tetris 2. Mom liked it. Baseball Stars. Nope. Tetris. Whoa, wait, what? Why the fuck is Tetris 2 on twice? Oh, that's weird. Final Fantasy came in 10th. Kirby's Adventure 11th. Never played Kirby's Adventure. I have a few friends that like Kirby and everything. Let's see. Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. As much as I like the idea of Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, I just couldn't really get into it. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was because it was a different kind of format. Whereas Legend of Zelda was top down. This one, Zelda 2 was side scrolling with RPG elements. I think that's possibly what it was. Mega Man, I think V is 5, if I remember correctly. Never played it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. That was also a game that I rented the holy hell out of. I rented the holy hell out of that game. And it was to the point my mom, she was basically like, fuck it, I'll just buy him the game. I'll just buy him the game. Because literally, I was renting that game so much that basically renting it was actually costing more than buying the game. But yeah, I remember that the very first time I came across that game, it was a Friday. Now, to those who grew up with the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, you know what Friday was. That's right, Friday was game rental day. You do good in school, you can rent a game. And I remember it was a Friday that me and my mom was going to Tops after we did our shopping in Longview after she picked me up from school one day. We had to go to Tops to finish getting groceries. I went into the store, into the games, into the video store to see, just see what they had. I was originally thinking about, renting a movie at the time, but I went to the games and I saw that game. I freaked the fuck out. It's like meeting your hero. You're like, oh my god! I saw that game and I instantly grabbed it. I did not let anybody see that game. I kept it. I was holding it close to me. That way, when Mom got done grocery shopping, she came into the video store to see if there was anything I wanted to rent. I'd have it with me. I did not let that game go at all. Tecmo Super Bowl. My cousins had the game. I did not. Dragon Warrior 4. Never played it. Yoshi's Cookie. I played a little bit of that. Zoda's Revenge. Star Tropics 2. I never played Star Tropics. I'm wondering if they have it on Nintendo Switch. I should check it again. Monopoly. Don't tell anybody I told you this. Put your hand up. Put your hand up. Put your hand up and go, okay, Jeff, I'm not going to tell anybody this, okay? I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you a secret, and I expect you to go to the grave with it. You ready? Here it is. My mom, she kicked my ass at Monopoly. Yeah, I know. Your boy, Jeff, a.k.a. GCurse, he got his ass kicked by his mom. You would not believe how cutthroat some moms can be playing Monopoly. Holy, my mom, she was like a fucking hitman. She was like a fucking ninja. She'd jump in and slap my throat. She would literally jump in and slit my throat. Take out my money and leave. Oh God, I miss her so much. I don't think I ever won a game of Monopoly against her. And then finally we have Crystallis. Okay, here, let me do this really quick. I'm going to move my camera. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, hold on. Let me move my... Let's see, does that help a little bit? I'm going to have to adjust my... See here. Hold on, I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. Does it... Okay, there it goes. So, let's talk about Super Nintendo. Super Street Fighter 2. Here, there you go. Super Street Fighter 2, I played a little bit of it. It was actually one of the bigger or more requested games at the Tops video store, yeah. I played it. King Griffey Jr. presents MLB. Oh my God. I remember when like King Griffey Jr. and Ichiro for the Seattle Mariners, they were like the biggest things ever. And this here proves for King Griffey Jr. he had his own baseball game. Super Metroid. I love the game. It's actually a game that I really like playing during the fall. I'm not sure what it is. It was just something about that game, the atmosphere. It's like a game. Here's the thing. Here's the setting. You get home. It's after school. You're like the only one home. You get home, your mom's off at work. It's pouring down rain. It's cold. It's like a cold October evening. You know, it's a Tuesday evening. You get home, you're cold, you're wet. You turn on the heater of your home. You change your clothing and everything because you're soaking wet because you walked home from work, from school against your mom's wishes. She like, Jeff, please take the bus. No, Mom, I got it. I walk home, get cold, wet and everything. But anyway, it's pouring rain. You're making your own dinner because your mom's working late. And as the soup is cooking, you put in Super Metroid into your Nintendo and you're playing it. It's getting a little bit dark, so you have to turn on the light in the living room. You're playing. The rain is getting heavier and heavier because it's a fall evening in Kelso, Washington, which means just fucking storms. So as you're making your way through the game, you can just hear the rain. It's just battering the roof, That's kind of like what it was for me when I was playing Super Metroid. Like I said, I'm not sure what it is, but for me, Super Metroid is definitely a game that you would play when basically it's a fall evening. I'm not sure what it is. It just has that feeling. NBA Jam. It's good. I don't remember that much about it. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I think this is also maybe one of the games. Yeah, it was one of the games that was also included in that, bag when I was borrowing the Super Nintendo from my neighbor. It was okay. I remember how it's very atmospheric when you first start playing the game, when Link is in the bed and you hear the water, not the water, the rain and everything. It's those little things I tend to remember, like the atmosphere and everything. FIFA International Soccer, never played it. Mortal Kombat 2. I think Mortal Kombat 2 is one of the best Mortal Kombat games ever. And I'll die on that hill. I will die on that hill. I think it's one of the best Mortal Kombat games ever. I really should buy that Mortal Kombat anthology set. Yeah. Super Mario Kart. That was actually one of the few non-puzzle games that I was actually able to get my mom to play against me. Here's something I did that would drive my mom fucking nuts. And when I say fucking nuts, I mean I think my mom would have killed me if she had a chance. So, you could actually outrun if you knew the levels well enough. If somebody fired a red shell at you, you could actually just keep outrunning it. It'd still follow you, but you could keep driving if you know how to drift and all that, What I would used to do, what I used to do was that I would basically, I would, have the shell following me. My mom, she would think that she was so fucking funny. She would stop because she would think that that red shell was going to hit me. I would get behind her. I'd quickly veer to the left. And when I got in front of her, I'd veer to the right again. And that red shell would hit her. Oh, that actually hurt. Fuck that. Every time I did that, I thought for sure she was going to fucking kill me. Because you know how moms are. You know how moms are. God, that hurt real quick. Yeah, my mom, she would just give me that look. She'd give me that look like, you better not go to sleep tonight. Mega Man 10, never played it. Stunt Race FX, I don't recall ever playing that game. Mortal Kombat, I can respect what they did with Mortal Kombat, the very first Mortal Kombat game. It was like revolutionary. But nowadays, even comparing Mortal Kombat to Mortal Kombat 2 to Mortal Kombat 3, you can definitely tell Mortal Kombat out of those first three games, it was like the weakest out of those three games. Secret of Mana, never played it. Star Fox, I played a little bit of it when my cousin Peter would come to visit and everything. I didn't actually finish the game. Sin City. My cousin Mike actually had this game. I never actually played it, but I watched him play it, and nowadays makes me wish that they had, the classic SimCity for the current consoles. I should check. Maybe they do. I just don't know. But anyway, Disney's Aladdin. I actually bought recently. It was a request from a viewer on my gaming channel. I actually bought the Disney movie collection. It has like Lion King, Aladdin, and something else. I can't recall what the third one was. So I should play that game. Yeah. Let's see here. NHL Stanley Cup, never played it. Super Mario All-Stars. That game blew my fucking mind. It blew my mind, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think it was possible to, when you're younger, and everything, or especially in the 80s and 90s, you thought one game could only fit on a cartridge. When I found out that Nintendo put not only one game or two games, but like I think it was like a total of 4, maybe 5 games. It was Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, if I remember correctly, and then the Lost Level. So yeah, about 5 games. When they did that, my mind, what? Like what? Oh God, I was just like, wow. I'm still trying to figure out why my camera is it my microphone. I'm wondering if, or it could be my hoodie. Anyway. My mind was fucking blown. Like, wow. All of these games on one cartridge. Holy hell. Madden, never played. Final Fantasy 2, nope. Luna got 20th place. There is truly no hope for humanity, ladies and gentlemen. Truly no hope for humanity. 20th place. Oh, I feel shunned. I feel shunned, ladies. Game Boy. Donkey Kong. Now, a lot of these games I did not play. I did have a Game Boy, but I just did not have that many games. Didn't play Game Boy. Didn't play Donkey Kong. Didn't play Wario Land. Didn't play Legend of Zelda. Didn't play. I had the first Super Mario Land, but I did not have Super Mario Land 2. Did not have Kirby Dream Land. Tetris, I think it was mandatory that everybody had Tetris, basically because it came with the Game Boy. So unless you bought your Game Boy like second hand, you were going to get Tetris. So, Tetris was a good game. Super Mario Land, yes. Although some of the enemies kind of like made me scratch my head, because if I remember correctly, they were like animated versions of like those Easter Island statue heads. It's like, what the fuck is that? Metroid 2, Return of Samus, never played. Mortal Kombat, I actually borrowed Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy from my neighbor Joe, which I mentioned earlier in this video. Although he got pissed off because when I borrowed it, it was at the beginning of summer vacation. So I ended up actually having the game for a couple months. It kind of pissed him off, I think. F1 Race, never played. Jurassic Park, Kirby's Pinball Land, nope. Mega Man 5, nope. Golf, nope. Dr. Mario, I had Dr. Mario, but it's more because my mom liked it. So basically, me and my mom would share the Game Boy. Faceball 2000, nope. Tetris 2, I don't think we had that one. Black Bass, wow, they had a fishing game for Game Boy. Never played it. TMNT, The Fall of the Foot Clan. Actually, it was a fun game. I actually own the TMNT compilation game set that came out a year, maybe 2 years ago. It's actually on that, but I also had it on the Game Boy, and it's actually pretty fun. And then baseball. And I never played baseball. Here, let me move my camera again. There we go. Okay. Oh, wrong way.